friends. Welcome to your mid-monthly October reading for Capricorn. I have cards, so I keep it right. I hope you're doing all right. In this part of the reading, okay, they all wanted to come out at once. In this part of the reading, I just go into the basic setup and get one basic card of advice, and that's what I do on YouTube. And then we'll dive into an extended reading over on Patreon with another deck of cards, another oracle deck, and yeah. So for now, we'll start into the basic reading. Let me go ahead and pick up what fell on the floor, and I'll be right back. I picked up the cards and I realized I did not have my light on, so that is on now. Still kind of getting used to this space and all of the elements. Anyways, so we had the Hierophant, and then the Seven of Swords fell out with the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. So right off the bat, I mean, there are a lot of swords. It looks like you're struggle busting a bit, and that's okay. It looks like it might go on for potentially the rest of this month. Now, if you find this at a time other than when it's intended, mid-month of October, it could be a couple more weeks. It could be, it's not indefinite. It's not forever. It's not a huge long time period. So I want to encourage you in that way. All of this is temporary, okay? So it's painful, but you will get through it. Let's dive into the details of what I'm seeing. The Hierophant, it is a number 5, so maybe that sticks out to some of you. But with the Hierophant, you know, it points towards your spiritual beliefs, whatever that may be. So if that is maybe your religion, or just your belief in the universe, wherever that leads. Maybe it's yoga groups, right? For some people, that's where we commune with the universe and have our spiritual beliefs felt by those around us in a similar manner, right? So you might be spending a lot of time in that space, wherever that is for you, which is not a bad thing. When you are in these kinds of feelings, it can be a really good thing to be surrounded by people of a like mind who care about you. So I feel like it's pointing that out because you should continue to do that. Another possibility is that maybe the problems are arising from there. So I know that's kind of opposing viewpoints, right? But there's a lot of people. This is a general reading. And I am getting messages for both. So I'm just here to point out the messages. That's all. So if that's the case, if you're one of the people who are here who is having issues in that space, it's here to tell you that you need to address it. If that's the root cause, it's going to be hard to find that help there, right? So it might be time for a new space. It might be time to just adjust how you're showing up in that space, or, you know, if it's yoga classes, for example, go to different yoga classes. If it's your place of worship, you might be looking at a new place of worship or just a different time to go. So if it's like a Bible study, maybe there are other times that you can find that would be applicable to you, right? Finding a new group or starting your own. We had a really cool one in college that was really fun, and just my roommates had put it on. So, you know, wherever that might lead you, yeah, take it as it will. use your own discernment, right? Um, so with this Seven of Swords, it's like there's some mental turmoil that's going on right now. You're really struggling with something mentally. And as we move into this Nine of Swords, that's just full on like depression and sorrow and really deep sadness. So having that transition in here, it's something to keep an eye on, right? Again, when you're facing things like that, you want to address them at the roots. But right now, I feel like the important part is just the feeling of it. Now, another part of this Seven of Swords, again, a little bit conflicting, but it's this idea of breaking free. So for those of you where this might be the problem, I'm showing that you have the ability and you're seeing that exit door to be able to break free. So keep going in that space, right? I feel like for those of you who are hearing this and that is really dialing in for you, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's time to break free. It's time to move on from what is no longer serving you and really where you're no longer fitting in. With this Queen of Pentacles coming out in that same space, the Queen of Pentacles is in its upright. It's a very nurturing person, very motherly, but in the reverse, it's almost like a disregard for other people's feelings and like not really being there for them. And right now, for the space that I'm seeing you in, especially with that mental discord there, you're just not in the best place to do that. And again, I want to reassure you that that's okay. We can't always be there for our people. It is important to show up for people when they're meaningful to you and their relationship in your life is meaningful, right? But it might be time for, I'm hearing like, it's time for the mother to be mothered. So if you're constantly the one that's nurturing and doing all these things for people, it's your turn to receive now. You need it. You need it. So lean into that. Allow yourself to feel what you're feeling so that it doesn't pent up and grow into this explosive thing. Make the moves that you're needing to do and allow others to be there for you. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull an oracle card. This is the Oracle of E. So let me grab that. I'll be right back. So we got Free Fallen. And essentially what this talks about is you are in total control of your life. So if something is not going as planned, if something is just not working for you anymore, don't be afraid to take those reins and make something else happen. Yeah, you're breaking through, you're leaving stuff behind. It's time to take that control of your own life. Yeah, stop living for the expectations and needs of other people and start diving into your own. Now, this whole process is difficult. It's really hard to change those I want to say subsets, that's not right. Presets or our natural inclinations to do and be these things all the time. But eventually there comes a point where we need to focus on ourselves and we need to do the things that we need to do. We only have one life. Um, so go find what it is that you need to be changing. And I mentioned this in another reading today, but I'm feeling it here for you too. Take an extra bit of time. It doesn't even have to be much. And give yourself a little bit of self-care. Today, try and make it a habit daily, but if you can only make time for it 3 times a week or once a week or whatever, take that time out for yourself, completely by yourself, and do something that just nourishes your soul, okay? Free from the expectations or judgments of anyone else out there. What is one thing that you can do, okay? And captain your life. You got this. Thanks so much for coming by. If this is where we part ways, thanks so much for being here. And if we're meeting over on Patreon for the extended, I will see you there. I look forward to diving further into these cards and seeing a little more of the story, giving a little more help, okay? So I hope you found a nugget in there that will be helpful, though, already. And yeah, I'll see you over there. Love ya. Bye.